guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a while. I'm really sorry about that. In my previous live Q&A session, I kind of gave you guys a small update about my life, what I've been up to. A quick summary: I moved from a small Korean company to a much bigger Korean company. One of those big Korean companies that you guys are probably familiar with. And it was very hectic, from interviews, applications, training, and all sorts of that. And then moving houses, trying to settle down into this whole new environment, and filming and editing was just really stressful at the same time. So I figured, now that I'm kind of settled in, I'll be doing more sit down with me and chit-chat videos about what you guys want to see, what you guys want to know, and yeah, just my experiences, and hopefully they'll be of some use to you. Over on my Instagram, I asked what you guys would like to see, and many of you mentioned job search process here in Korea, which is very daunting and very complicated for us foreign students who are trying to find a job here in Korea. Where do I look for this information? Where can I go to find jobs? Who is going to hire me? I've been there, done that. I wrote down the different methods that I use, the websites, and I also asked international friends who are working with me now in my current company as to the different methods that they use or their friends used, and we're going to share with you guys. I've got everything written down on my iPad, so I'm going to be referring to it as I talk to you guys. Get your notebook, your pen, write them down because you wouldn't want to miss anything. Let's go! Number 1, job fairs, which we call 채용 박람회. This is a very important one because I personally got my first job through that work fair. It was held at COEX, and funny enough, I eventually went back to that fair as an interviewer, trying to get more foreign talents into the company. This is a job fair that is held by KGSP for international students who are trying to find a job in Korea. KGSP is the Korean Trade Investment Promotion Agency. This is a big event. I remember myself writing a resume, some essays about myself, what I'm hoping to do in the future, what are the areas that I'm interested in. And I think after I registered with my documents, KGSP gave me like the access to the website where they had a whole list of different companies from different areas, like maybe IT, chemicals, or even motor industry. And you look at the different jobs that they are hiring for, and you can put your resume into it. So you can click it and say submit, and the people over on the company side, they will look through your documents and see whether they want you to come in for an interview. Before the first day of the job fair, you will already have a whole schedule of the different companies that want you to come in for the first round of interview. After the interview, they would probably then contact you via email to see whether they want you to come in for a second round of interview that is maybe at their headquarters. Going along the lines of job fairs, university campuses have job fairs as well. From what I know, a lot of those big Korean companies, conglomerates, would usually go to universities to give like a sharing about their life in the company, where they get their alumni, the alumni of the school who are currently working in the company, to give you some tips, some advice. So this is a very good opportunity to go up to your seniors and have a chit chat with them, and probably ask them what they do to get themselves into that company. But for me, because I was studying humanities in an international graduate school, I don't remember myself having any kind of job fair, but I know the undergraduate did, so keep your eyes out for that. But I had friends in graduate school that were from like KAIST, UNIST, or like in those IT, tech, science sector where they had such job fairs. So you have to kind of either Google it or ask your seniors or professors. Next, we have websites like 사람민, Job Korea, which I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with. I personally used these two websites a lot as well, but there are pros and cons. So the pro is that you get to see a whole list of jobs that are available. You can just key in your different areas that you're interested in, and they'll give you a whole list of jobs available. But what I faced is that a lot of the companies usually do not write whether they are looking for a Korean or a foreigner. So usually you would just submit your resume and then realize that, oh, I'm not getting a reply from them. And there are a lot of times I'm like, why am I not getting a reply? Did they not receive my application? But then I realized that they are actually looking for a Korean, but they don't state that on the application itself. So it might waste your time. You have to take note of that. A lot of the jobs are looking for Koreans instead of foreigners. There are still jobs that mention like 외국인, which means they need foreigners for this job. But you would have to kind of sift through the whole list to kind of find which one is more appropriate for you. Moving on, we have internships. Internships are one of the best ways that you can actually get into a Korean company, because many of the internships that are available can either be a one-time thing or they can convert you into a full-time staff based on your performance. So it depends on the type of internships that you do. If the internship says 정규직 전환 가능 or 채용 전환형, which means there's a possibility that you can convert yourself from an intern to a full-time staff once the seniors or your leaders grade your performance. Quick story, I was actually accepted into Kakao through this internship, which would allow me to convert from an intern to a full-time staff, but because of some visa issues, I had to give that up. So that was a very sad story, but maybe I'll leave that for another story time. A friend of mine actually shared this website called superrookie.com, which is a website for you to find internships. So you can check that out as well. Next, we have LinkedIn. This is an interesting one because a friend of mine actually shared that she had a few friends who went to message like the CEO or the people from the company that they wanted to work at, and they eventually got an interview opportunity and now they are working in the company. I didn't know that was possible, but I guess it is. So you can always try your luck with that. But LinkedIn is a good way for you to kind of put your resume out there, share your interests with the different posts, and it allows companies to kind of get to know you better as a person and what kind of person you are, what interests you have. So yes, I think it's good to have a LinkedIn as well. Another way of finding a job in Korea is to go through your professors. If your professors are impressed with your work and if they like you as a student, a person in general, they might offer you a job maybe at their lab as a researcher, or maybe even to a company where they have like connections with. So that is a way as well. And finally, a friend of mine mentioned that you guys can check out the website called wanted.co.kr for job opportunities at startups. And as for big companies, you would have to go to their company's website where they will share like different careers that you can go for. And usually they will have big public recruitment, which we call 공채 in Korean. So you have to see whether they are looking for Koreans or foreigners as well. So yeah, these are the different methods and options that you can use when you're trying to find a job here in Korea. I hope this video was useful, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to like, subscribe, and follow my Instagram because I will be asking you guys what other videos you would like to see. So yeah, bye!